Hello everyone, welcome to the Comic and Movie Show. My name is Deshaun. Today I am here to look towards the future. It is time to look towards 2018. Well, we're currently in 2018. To look towards the future to what will be the top 5 shows to watch, comic book wise. Now, this is the top 5 comic book shows that to watch this year. The shows that I think are going to make jumps and are going to be the show. Well, that you said it, the shows to watch. Now, I'm not gonna count. I don't know if I'm not gonna count Runaways or Agents of Shield or any show that's actually in the progress that started in 2017 and is like continuing their season on, because I feel like that'd be a little unfair. So I'm gonna just open the box up to more shows and more different things. So starting it off with my number 5 show it's probably gonna be Preacher. Preacher was a breakout series for me. I loved it in the beginning, and I'm probably going to love it even more this time. Preacher, the show ended on an interesting note that I did not expect, especially if you read the comic books. So it's going to be interesting to see where it goes from there. But the cast is great. The humor is great because there's this tone to Preacher. There's this dirtiness to Preacher in a weird way. There's this dirty honesty. That's the best description of the tone of Preacher's dirty honesty. There's this dirt to it, but this honesty to it that makes you go, look, I don't completely agree with what everyone's doing, but they're doing it in such a charming, winky way that you have no choice but to like it and wonder and like these characters and want to continue on this story. And it's just such a good show. Seth Rogen, and I can't remember the other guy, but Seth Rogen, and I cannot remember the other guy for the life of me. They did a great job adapting this. Great show. Preacher's my number 5. My number 4, Legion. Legion is going to be the shit. Legion is going to be the shit on top of the shit on top of the shit when it comes back. When it comes back, I can't wait for this because the season 1 of Legion has to be the most creative, mind-trippiest show I have ever watched. I'm not talking... Season 1 of Legion, to me, is one of those shows where it crosses over from being a comic book to being just something that you've just never seen before. Makes perfect sense if you ever read Legion in the comic. It's pretty wacky and out there, so it makes sense that obviously the show would be wacky and out there. I'm sad that I have my own little gripes about Legion, but if I recall enough, I remember giving the original season like an 8 or a 9, but I didn't give it a 10 because I had this one gripe about it that I'm not going to get into here, but I'm looking forward to season 2. I'm looking forward to this mind trip. I'm looking forward to the Shadow King and what he does next. I'm looking forward to seeing if they introduce Xavier. They teased him, so maybe they might do it. So Legion season 2, I am looking forward to. Now we're getting into the top dogs. Number 3, I would say Jessica Jones season 2. Jessica Jones season 2 to me is one of my most anticipated. I thoroughly enjoyed Jessica Jones season 1. I gave it a 9. I thought it was a thought-provoking, very interesting show that played a lot more like a movie. And to me personally, Jessica Jones it put Jessica. I always knew Jessica Jones was an interesting character, like in the Marvel comics, because I've read Alias, and you know the Marvel Max. I've seen her, and I always knew she was interesting. But like, other than those comics, she never really got her due. So Jessica Jones was one of those characters that nerds like me would go, hey, if that character ever got a chance, I think you could do something great with it. They did. Cast it perfectly with Christian Ritter. She's perfect as Jessica Jones. I love Jessica. She's a bitch, but she knows it. She's a bitch with a heart of gold. She's a great PI. And she's just, you know what? And she's authentic. Jessica feels real. You feel like you might meet her. And watching her journey throughout, even in the Defenders, loved it. Love Jessica Jones. Can't wait to see season 3. My number 2 most anticipated, 2018. It's The Tick. I can't believe I'm saying this. And this one is hard because technically it's a half of a season, Like, they cut it in half. It's like half of a season of season 1. But oh my goodness, man, when I finished The Tick, when I finished half of season 1, I think, or is that a full season? I can't remember. I'm just going to cut it in half and call it 2 separate seasons. When I finished half of The Tick, I was like, this show is the shit. I want to see more of these characters. I want to see more of this show. I want to see more of these people, man. I want to see more of this. And I can't wait to get more. I believe it's coming. More is coming in 2018. But man, I can't fucking wait. And number 1 is obviously Daredevil. Duh. It's Daredevil. Daredevil to me is... he's still my favorite. It's the only comic book show other than Arrow Season 2 that I gave a 10 to. I've never given a comic book show a 10. I've never given a single... I've only given 2 10s out in comic book shows. And that was Daredevil Season 1... No, Daredevil Season 1, I think I gave Daredevil Season 2 a 9.5, and I gave, I gave Arrow Season 2 a 10. Those are the only 2 seasons I've ever given a 10 to. And I gave the second season a 9.5. So you can only imagine my anticipation for Season 3. Will Bullseye finally make his fucking... Will Bullseye finally show up? Will I finally get to see Bullseye? I hope. Because I've been tired of waiting on the man. Been waiting on the man forever now. But man, this is going to be cool. And from what I'm telling, they're going to take some cues from a very well-known Daredevil comic. I'm not going to say it here because it might be spoilers. Very well-known, iconic Daredevil comic. So if they're taking cues from that, then this might... watch Defenders if you want to know what I'm talking about. Watch the end of Defenders, just the end. You don't gotta watch the whole thing. Even though I enjoyed it, but apparently it's just a failure. But I didn't get that either. Like, how was the what? Okay, either way. Anyways, yes, those are my top 5 most anticipated comic book shows of this year. I didn't count American Gods as one because, from far as I know, it's a novel, wasn't it? It was a novel, not a comic book. I might be wrong. I never read it, but from what I know, it was a novel, and then it became a show. Was it a novel and then a comic? I thought it was a novel, so I didn't put it on the list. Otherwise, it would have been number 1 because American Gods is this close to being a fucking 10 for me for just all awesomeness. But it wasn't like a 9.5. Still high as shit though. Still high as shit. But anyways, thank you for joining me on the Comedy and Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.